Hey guys, it's Megan. I want to help more people out there who are going through something similar I am, and I also just want to have a place to show who I am. So my name is Megan Bug, and I was diagnosed with stage 4 alveolar rhabdomyosarcoma when I was 13 years old.
I think, my first memories of Megan when she was young are that she had a huge heart.
I remember that she loved the LA scene, but as a kid, she was just, well, for me, I don't know, she was funny. Who are you?
Megan.
How old are you?
5.
Do you like school?
No.
Do you like your mama?
A little bit.
Do you like your daddy?
Yes.
From day one, she was determined that she was going to win. People don't believe me when I tell them, but she never complained once.
And at the end, I mean, it was obvious she was dying, and she still never cried, never said, why me? It's almost like she was still taking care of us.
And then after her relapse, that's when she really decided to make her battle about something bigger than herself.
It was powerful. She was passionate and determined and told the people, we have to do better by these kids.
Our country has to make curing childhood cancer a priority. No child should ever get cancer, but every child who does should be given a chance to survive. Mark my words, a change is coming.
And I think that's what caused her to start her journey, is someone has to help these kids. And the government isn't, so she was going to take it upon herself.
She's the strongest person I've ever met in my life. Because when she decided she was doing something, it was going to happen.
I have had enough of seeing kids go through this terrible battle, so I've decided to advocate myself. Not only for myself, but for all the other kids out here fighting today.
She never quit. Never quit. Till her last breath, she never quit.
She said, Mom, this isn't about me.
She ended up doing her own research and contacting pediatric oncologists and researchers all over the country. And she was most intrigued with the work that was happening with Dr. Keller and his team at the Children's Cancer Therapy Development Institute. She thought they were doing the most innovative work in the country. And so she decided that she was going to partner with him and CCTDI.
Megan, through her journey and through her story, advocated for those who might not have a voice.
If I would have been diagnosed with Megan's type of cancer when I was her age, and I'm 56 years old now, I would have been treated with essentially the same drugs that Megan's been treated with or was treated with.
She had a lot of important questions about how rhabdomyosarcoma research and clinical care had evolved since 1972 and what were the barriers. She wanted to do something about those barriers. She would simply ask, what's next and how do we do it?
But she would basically tell him, what's a promising project? He would tell her, and he'd say, but it's this much money, and she would essentially say, don't worry about the money, I'll get it. And she always did, every time.
As her disease became more severe, she started saying, well, if I'm not here, what are the long-term, big, hairy, audacious goals of science that we can engage in?
He told Megan one day and told us that because of all of her hard work and what she stood for, he wanted to make the Megan Bug Global Rhabdomyosarcoma Research Lab in her name within the new CCTDI facility.
Every aspect of this laboratory was funded by Megan and her supporters.
And to this day, I still believe that gave Megan the peace that she finally needed to know my mission's going to continue because Dr. Keller and his team are going to make sure that if my name's on this lab, they're always going to keep fighting for these kids that I've been fighting for. And it allowed her the peace that she really desperately needed at the end.
It is really difficult as a parent to deal with the fact that you've lost your child. I think back to 2 things that are written on her memorial. 1, if I had my life to live over again, I wouldn't change a thing. And 2, I want to be remembered as the girl who did something.
Megan, we love you and thank you for keeping us accountable.
You can have hope and you need to believe. Losing is not an option.
The biggest advice I'd give to my sister and my parents if I didn't make it was don't lose hope. You always have to have hope in your life. And I would tell them definitely, again, believe like everything happens for a reason. That's what I always say. That's what I've gone by my whole life. And that there's a reason for it. You may not know, you may never know, but it was meant to be.
If you want to learn more about childhood cancer research and Megan's life and our foundation, visit the website megansmission.org.